And good morning. Here we are with another Vintage Air virtual flight. We are now over in the Hawaiian Islands. We're going to do a flight from Kauai to Honolulu. So should be great scenery. Hopefully everything works out well today. So let's go ahead and take a look at our flight plan today. And we are going to be again doing the flight from Kauai PHOG to Honolulu PHNL. Think that should do pretty well for us. We are going to fly at 8,000 feet. According to this, we have about 1,100 pounds of fuel and 3,500 pounds of payload. The flight today, if we take a look at Sky Vector, is basically from Kauai down to Lanai VOR and then straight over to Honolulu. All right, let's go ahead and get over to the airplane. And we got a few things we need to do in the airplane. We need to get our SimBrief dispatch loaded. Not again that it's going to make a difference because we'll be using the Sperry gyro pilot, not a GPS unit today. And there's our flight plan. All right, so for our weights and balances, we're going to pull up our briefing panel here with our flight plan from SimBrief, and take a look at our fuel. Block fuel is about 1,100 pounds, so we'll go over here, go to pounds, drag this down to about 1,200 pounds. We'll load that in the airplane. Oh, there we go, about 1,091. It says we need 1,072. So we'll load that into the airplane. Now we've got that. I hope. We're going to get a couple people here in the airplane. Actually, I'm not sure why I did that. We're going to just put in 30, what did I say it was, about 3,500 pounds. 3,441. £3,500, that's pretty good. Okay, I think we're good, but the fuel seems to be changing here, so that's concerning. I want to make sure I've got enough fuel, so I'm going to reload that. Okay, that gets us our fuel, passengers, and now let's go ahead and get our HOTAS. We'll go ahead and listen to the ASOS here first.
Kahului International Airport, Information Golf. 1754 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility 10. Sky conditions, view at 3900 feet. View at 5400 feet. Temperature 25. Dew point 16. Altimeter 3009er. Density altitude 1000 feet. Arriving and departing runways 2, 5. Advise on initial contact you have information Golf. Kahului International Airport, information Golf.
Okay, we got information Golf. Looks like we'll request runway 2, which is right there just to our right, and get a departure. So let's go ahead and contact clearance, and we'll go ahead and jump in the airplane. Let's go ahead and get a hold of clearance for our IFR clearance. Normally we would have to have radios on and stuff, but we'll just go ahead and call on and say intentions. And today we are in Hawaiian Airlines, November Charlie 33607. I found out an interesting fact is back in the days when they were flying November Charlie call signs, they were not calling up as Hawaiian Airlines or Hawaiian Flight, etc. They actually were calling up as Douglas and their tail number. So we're going to go ahead and go with that. We are Douglas Charlie 3360, or in a shortened version is Douglas 360. So we're going to go with that. Honolulu clearance delivery, Douglas 33607, request IFR clearance to Honolulu.
Clearance on request, stand by. Douglas 360, cleared to Honolulu. Radar vectors Lanai City. Then is filed. Climb and maintain 8,000. Departure on 119.5 squawk 1557. Expect runway 2.
Okay, clearance, we are cleared to Honolulu, radar vectors Lanai, then is filed, climb, maintain 8,000, departure on 119.5, squawk 1557, and we'll expect runway 2 for Douglas 307. All right, sorry about that. We're getting our call sign corrected. We are Douglas 607. So we're going to head over to ground. And we're going to go ahead and jump back into the airplane here. Okay, let's go ahead and get our checklist going. And we did our weights and balances already. And we have the battery card on. Everything is off. Everything is off. Cowl flaps to off. Tail wheel is well, why ain't the tail wheel working here? Well, okay, let's take a moment to get the tail wheel squared away. I'm not sure why the controls are jacked again, but unfortunately in this last update, system update number 2, it really kind of messed with the controls. It sits here and spins for a while before we can get anything loaded. Then once we make one change, it does it again for each time we make a change. So it's really kind of a pain. Hopefully this will be a quick fix. I am using the Saitek Pro Flight Yoke with 2 throttle quadrants. One obviously comes like this, and then I have a second one. And I utilize that for aircraft with multiple surfaces. So here is the problem. Again, every time we click on it, it's going to have to take a second. Apologize for that. Hopefully we can get this going real quick. Again, each time you click on it. Now I understand System Update 3, which looks like it's getting close to getting released, has fixed this, but that doesn't mean it's not going to break something else, unfortunately, the way these updates have been going. We seem to get a number of things fixed, and then we end up getting a number of things not fixed. Well, I'm not sure what's going on there. So let's go ahead and hit save and then come back into controls and see what it's showing. Excuse me, it seems like whenever I switch liveries, the control settings don't carry over if it has a slightly different name. Well, come on. This needs to be GA twin. We can finish this. We'll just double check to make sure the throttle quadrant is set as well. One click at a time. So anyway, we hopefully will have a good flight. Should be, again, some pretty cool scenery. We are using Active Sky. We are using SimBrief and Navigraph. We are using Say Intentions as well. Okay, there we go. So that is good. Let's just hit save so we don't lose anything there. Go back, and we're going to load this again and go into the throttle quadrant, make sure this one's set to the DC-3, and then we are off to our checklist. Engine start, short taxi out, and about an hour flight. And it is not, so good thing we checked. Okay, see if it stays on DC-3 here. We can save this and get on with it. Do a quick test when we jump in the airplane here as well. Okay, we are good. We are back in the airplane. So we have movement, we have props, we have throttles, and we have mixture. So we are good to go. All right, so back where we were, we left off with trying to get the tail wheel locked. So tail wheel's down there. There it goes. Now it works. Tail wheel trim to neutral. Get this out of the way. Zoom in here. Trim is now at neutral. We'll go ahead, since we're in Hawaii, we're going to open up the windows. Get some nice tropical breeze. All right, trim's at neutral, autopilot is off, crossfeed are off, cowl flaps are off, gear is down and latched, flap handle is good, hydraulic reservoir is good, and hydraulic lever is back. All right, so now let's go ahead and get the doors closed, and let's get the chocks removed. And since we did that, we're going to go ahead and get under here really carefully, maybe, and get the parking brakes are on. All right, we'll go ahead and just get rid of this for now so we can see a little better. We're going to go get our hydraulic pressure pumped up. Okay, and turn that off. Take a look. We got hydraulic pressure coming up. And we got that closed. We got the fire extinguisher access door open. We're going to get the cowl flaps open. Cowl flaps are open. Flight controls we checked. The carb heat is cold and now locked. The blowers are in the aft position. The props are coming full forward, and throttles are idle, and we are at idle cutoff for the mixture. We do have our battery cart on. Not sure why the landing lights were on, but we'll get those corrected. Our position light's going to come on. We don't need any interior lights right now. We are going to look at our fuel quantities, and that does look correct now. And we are going to get our fuel onto left main and right main. And that gives us, now we're ready for engine start. So, engine start, we are going to put the beacon on, and we are going to get the master mags on. We are going to get the right engine pump on. We're going to crack the right engine. We're going to go to auto lean. We are going to energize the right engine. We are going to energize. Going to wait a few moments while it rotates. You can see it rotating there. We're going to get the mags on, get the primer on. We do have an engine start, and we're going to go to auto rich. We're going to get the RPMs up to about 1,000 for warm up. Go. We're getting some movement on the oil temperature. We do have the cylinder temperature coming up a little bit. So we have a good start. Pump off, pump on the left. Energize on the left. Crack the throttle, auto lean, mesh, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and on. And we have an engine start on the left. The RPMs come up. RPM's just about 1,000. And we got a good engine start. And we'll let the temperatures all start coming up. Okay, so we got our engine start. We're going to check our chocks and doors. They are off and closed. The battery to ship. The battery cart. The generators are both coming on, so quick reset. And then on for both. Avionics master coming on. Radios on, gyros are uncaged, that's caged, that's uncaged, that's caged, that's uncaged. We're good there. And the spiral wing indicator is set. Indicator is set. Back to auto lean. Pumps coming off. Pumps are off. And everything's back to neutral. We'll come up a little bit on the RPMs. Okay, looks like the right side's in the green, left side's just about to the green. For our oil temperature, cylinder head temperature is just about the green, a little low on the left. We'll let it warm up a little more. And tail wheel will be unlocked in the transponder set. So now let's go ahead and get some of our avionics set here. So we were told to squawk 1557, so let's get 157. We're going up to 8,000 today. and we'll expect runway 2 is what they told us. We'll go ahead and get our transponder on altitude, and we're going to contact ground and ask for taxi. We're ready to go. So, quick peek outside. Everything looks good. Go ahead and get a better view here so we can taxi out. We are using the ductworks mod today. We also have the castering tail wheel mod and icing mod. Not that icing is going to be played today, but the tail wheel, castering tail wheel does. We have to use differential power and braking to turn the aircraft. So you'll hear that and see that. It's not very smooth. It takes a little getting used to. So let's contact ground. McClure ground, Douglas 607. We're ready to taxi to runway 2. Taxi to runway 2 via Foxtrot Alpha for Douglas 607. Okay, tail wheel coming back, parking brake in, and we're going to start taxi. Also running FS Realistic here today as well. Not sure if I'm going to stick with it or not. It does add a little bit of immersion, but I'm not sure how much, and I'm not sure if it's causing any other ancillary issues. A couple of flights ago, I was having a major problem with the autopilot. I thought it was as a result of that, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here in a minute. Okay, this says runway 5. So we'll just ask for runway 5. That's my bad. Alright, so let's pull the power back. Let's go ahead and get the brakes back on. And ground Douglas 607. Can we get a runway 5 departure? Go on a tower, thanks. Okay, so we're sitting down here at the end of 5, so we're good with that. We are going to need to tune in 117.7. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to tune in 117.7. That'll get us there, and then we will be coming down here to, we'll pick that one up in the air because we just lost our map, unfortunately. So we got 117.7, we can get that tuned in here. Looks like it should be down to the south. Okay, looks like it's about 240-ish. All right, so we're ready for departure. So we'll go ahead and got comms and autopilot. Pitot heat is coming on. Anti-ice we don't need. Fuel pumps coming on. Flaps we don't need. Trim is set for takeoff. Props are full forward. We are on auto rich. Carb heat is locked and cold. Cowl flaps going to trail. Landing lights coming on. Oops. Landing lights coming on and bright. And tail wheel will be going to the unlocked position while we, or excuse me, the unlocked position now. And parking brake coming off. And we are ready to go. So, Fluey Tower, Douglas 607, we're ready for departure runway 5. Fly runway heading clear for takeoff runway 5 for Douglas 607. Okay, so we are ready to go. Everything is set. We got good green. Airspeed's coming alive. We're on the rudder pedals. We're dancing this. Tail will come up here in a moment. 70 knots. Wheel is up. Or I should say tail is up. 80 miles per hour. Still dancing. 90. And we're coming up. Positive rate, gear coming up. Coming back on the power. Coming back on the props. Okay, so we are up. After takeoff, we are in the climb. Flaps are up, gear is up. Hydraulic selector will switch to gyro pilot. Pumps are coming off. Going to 119.5 for Douglas 607. Have a great day. Okay, Amanda, I'm going to hand over the radios to you. If you can contact departure, please. Okay, so we're going to come left. We are going to come left. All right, what's the deal here? We're going to come left, 2, 3, 5. Like out here. Very nice. Probably right over the top of those mountains. Hopefully we clear them. Going 8,000. We're at 4 now. Airport just departed from. Keep the power up as we climb. Got to keep pushing the power up. We're at 2550 for our RPMs, and we're climbing out at about 40. Should be give or take 120 knots. Hopefully we can clear those mountains. If not, we might have to head to the left there a little bit. We'll see what happens here. Okay, so we are climbing out. The cow flaps are in trail or closed. I think we are temperature-wise. We need them in trail. And blower and landing lights are already off. We can go ahead and get our carb heat here up where it needs to be. Okay. Looks like we're going to clear the mountains. Just a double check of everything. Landing lights are off, position lights are on, pitot heat. Everything else is good. We really don't need the lights, so we're going to go ahead and leave them off. We are in trail, and we're climbing out. Coming through 5,500. Amanda, thanks for flying with me today. I'm looking forward to a great flight. And now we have throttles all the way forward. So we'll keep climbing here. Sure, we'll get a little bit of turbulence as we come closer to these mountains here. Wheel temperature is a bit high, so let's go ahead and pull the power back to 35, just so we can help that out a little bit. And we're coming over 7,000 now. Get ready to adjust our climb. Start bumping it down a little bit now. 7,500. Speed. Then we'll get into cruise configuration here. Just about at the top of 8,000 here, coming over the mountain. Kind of an interesting color. All right, so we're going to go ahead and pull our props back to 2050. And we're going to pull our power back to 3,000. And we're going to go to auto lean. And we're going to go to our aux tanks. Okay, now let's see. We're at 8,000. Let's see if we can keep it here. All right, 8,000. Let's see if we can hold this. Everything's good. And temperature is coming down. Looks like we might want to bump this up a little bit more. Okay. All right, so now we're coming over here, and we need to pick up the VOR over here, which will be $114.8. So let's get 114.8 on this side and see if we can pick it up yet. Yes, we can. So 114.8 in this guy. We're still climbing a little bit, so let's get it down. Tapes. Good. Once we cross this VOR, then we'll switch. We'll switch to the other VOR. So it should be just on the other side of this little island. Looks like we're still climbing, so let's get down. I'm guessing we're getting pretty close to the VOR now. And our outside air temperature is about 12 to 15 Celsius, so good there. I think this is supposed to be at the bottom of this straight level. A little bit of turbulence as we come over the mountains there and into the clouds. Still descending a little bit so we can get down to 8,000. I think we're coming over it right now, so we're going to change our heading to 30 and switch frequencies. And start our turn to 330. I think we went a little wide there. Back to 330. Need to keep coming back a little bit as well. About 290. All right. $200 feet on our decision height. Okay, so it looks like we're back at 8,000. We're gonna get leveled off here. All right, now we're leveled off, 8,000. And okay, so back to here. You see we came across the island and we're headed back over here. And they told us to expect runway 8 left, the ILS to 8 left. So let's go ahead and switch this runway. 8 left. So we're going to add 8 left to the flight plan. All right, so need to turn more to the right, so we'll come over here like this. All right, so back to the approach, ILS to 8 left. I think is what they gave us. So 8 left is up here, and we'll go ahead and add that to the route. So we're going to probably come around that way. And here's the approach. So again, we'll come up this way, and we'll need 111.7. So let's just go ahead and get 111.7 in there. We're ready to switch off to the ILS. Clouds than expected. Okay, we're still on our ox tanks again. So here we are going to be flying the ILS. It's going to give us vectors in here, and we'll need to be at 2200 by the time we intercept so we can successfully fly that ILS. Here we are on the way over. Let's go ahead and get this on the track so we can keep our airplane in the middle. So what this is showing is an ILS and runway out left, and then a departure out to Atlanta for a hold if we have a mist. I'm hoping that that won't be the case. Let's go ahead and see if we can get the weather. Clearing up there. So it looks like we have variable at 6-10 miles visibility, few at 25, scattered at 4, altimeter 3011, so we should be good to go. Good old Douglas DC-3 and the Hawaiian Airlines skin today. Very nicely done. Link is in the description for the Duckworth mod as well as this livery. Here's the main island over here, so we'll probably be getting a turnout over this way and then coming back around to land when ATC is ready for us. Let's see, we're still at 8,000. I think we should get down here pretty soon. Amanda, can you ask for descent to a lower altitude, please? Sleigh 1, huh? So that would be this guy. Doesn't give us much. So let's see what it says. We can cross Sleigh at 4,000. So let's go ahead and get down to 4,000. Come to the left a little bit. So we're going to go down to about 4,000. Keep cruise power in our descent. We'll check our power as we come down. Keep pulling down to 30. Temperatures are all looking good. So again, you can see the island over here. We're coming in right here, so we're going to be coming out here and getting our turn back. Down to 7,000, still on our descent. Again, for the ILS, we want to be down to 2,200 for the ILS. Once we get out here, 2,200, and then the Shea 1. At 4,000 at Shea, so don't know if we're going to make that or not, but we will see. So here's Shea right here, and then he'll give us vectors, or she will give us vectors. Okay, so we're going to switch these. Switch to the ILS, and the ILS is telling us to have 079 in the box. Six, 7, 8079. Okay. And he's bringing us out here, probably in this way and then back. We're going to okay, continue down to 4. Power back to 30. Okay, so we're going to start our process of switching into approach. So we're at the descent approach briefing. We are doing the ILS into 8 left. I have that all confirmed. I have the frequency and everything set. Blowers we don't need. Landing lights will be coming on shortly, and our altimeter setting 3011, which we have. We're in our descent down to 4,000 now. We'll go ahead and keep going here. We'll get switched over to switched over to our main tanks and auto rich as we get a little closer. All right, we're getting down to 4,000. Coming in over here. Okay, going 290 with that, we're going to go up to auto rich. We are going to go back to our main tanks. If I can see it. Main tanks, okay. And we're going to go ahead and get our landing lights on. Which we're going to... Okay. good. Hydraulic is back. Look at the landing lights. Booster pumps are coming on. And tail wheel is locked at the moment. Three 301. Mains. Everything's still in the green. And we are good. We have lights on. Pitot. Everything looks good. So again, here we are coming up to where the mist will be, see if we can pick ourselves up on the approach. Not yet, so we're going to be coming across here. Coming across here, I'm sure he's going to give us a turn and then a turn back. Remember, back down to 2200 for the approach. We are at 4,000 and we have gear and flaps to go. Again, I think we'll be coming in over here someplace. So just so we can be prepared, after we get down, right after landing, we will get the flaps up, the cowl flaps open, the booster pumps off. Pitot heat off. Still at 4,000. We have a glide slope coming in now. That's our airport right there. Okay, we're still at 4,000. Everything's looking good. Airport, I believe, is over here on our right. So it's taking us out to, it's going to take us out this way for a ways and then bring us back in again. Still have that one in. Yes, 114.8 is there. So we're coming out this way, then they're going to turn us right and then basically clear us for the ILS, intercept, and come in on their own. We're still at 4,000. Just a quick guys. Still at 4,000. Going to 310. Going to 310. Still at 4,000. This guy starts to come in, we'll come in and we'll start getting down to 2,200 as well. Okay, airport's right over here, I believe. Here, coming down. marker. I got the airport in sight. And we're going 1 notch of flaps. Good so far. Coming down to 90 miles per hour. Still in descent, a little bit high according to the glide slope, but lights look good. We got plenty of runway. and ground. Can we get progressive arrows, please? Seeing them. Why not? Well, I'm not seeing any arrows, so I think we'll just taxi. And ground Douglas 307 or 607. We're not seeing any progressive path. Can you give us directions from here, please? And can you give us progressive, please? Sure it's going to give us what we're looking for here, but trying to figure out where the best place to go is. I'm not seeing progressive markers. That's the best we're going to do. Don't know what gate this is, but it'll have to do. Obviously, we need the bridge, so just go ahead and park right here, and we will get our parking brake on. And let's see, we are, pitot heat is off, and our pumps are off. Landing lights are off. Parking brake is set, tail wheel is locked, cowl flaps coming closed. Cowl flaps are closed, avionics master coming off, battery cart and generators are coming off, and mixture coming off. Fuel switches going off, magnetos are off, master off, lights are off, and battery is, we can come off the cart, we can go there, and that will take care of that. We can go ahead and get our open. We'll jump outside here real quick. And there we are. We'll get our ACARs filed here. Get that done. And we have that completed. And with that, we can go take a look at our website here. And this was our flight going out, so we'll go to the dashboard asking us to sign back in again, and here's our PIREP. So here was our flight, taking off out of runway 5, coming back around, and radar vectors back to here. Just about an hour and 6 minutes, landing at 171 feet per minute. Here's some PIREP fields. We departed. Let's get our landing here. Landing information at about a 6.3 degree pitch, just over a G. Runway, we were landing at 87. I think the heading is just about 8, pretty close. Not too bad. So that pretty much brings us to an end to this flight. Thanks for joining. Hopefully it was entertaining. If you enjoy this, like and subscribe. We'll be doing a flight, several a week, I hope. And we'll go from there. Have a great day, everyone.
That's all, folks.